Hello, hello, hello. Tilt that open. Hello. How's everybody doing today? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I've got green tea with honey. What do you have today? Yes, hello, Mr. Anna Thompson. And Linda Kay is listening. Such a cute name. Hello, Raul. How's everyone? Give it to me. What's your weather like? How's it going? In all honesty, it's a beautiful day here, and summery. I totally thought it was time to put a dress on, as you can see. Brand new. Guess how much? Aw, thank you, Terry. You're so sweet. Was only $5. My little drum roll. Hello, Bacon Nut Beer. L. Lukey. You love it, right? For $5. I mean, you can't go wrong for $5. Like, really. Yeah, it's so pretty. I like it, you guys. I like it because it's one of those high-low ones. So, it's high in the front, but it's low in the back. Who doesn't love a flowy, pretty dress, right? Of course we do. Of course. And if it makes you feel better, put that dress on, no matter what the weather is like. For real. Hey, Cheryl. How's it going, honey? Hi, Georgie. And Mr. Thank you, Bacon That Beer. And Lukey A. Sorry about that. I almost missed you. I'm going to be able to tag team this a lot better this time. So kudos for me on warming up on the technology. Just kidding. It's just because it never ever wants to work with me. So I finally got it to work. Very happy, for real. Okay. I want to talk about a couple of things today, you guys. One of those things is the entire silly, in my opinion, silly case of R. Kelly. Okay. R. Kelly's been in the news on and off. Honestly, since the freaking 90s, this guy has been being caught with, being with girls that are underage, like too young. For those of us that are parents and stuff like that, this is the worst case scenario. Somebody telling your child, listen, if you come with me, I'll totally hook you up with a studio and I'll get you recognized and I'll get your music and your voice put in front of some important people. And, these girls are young, okay? And I'm a mother. So it just really bothers me that this man sort of almost has yet to serve prison time for all of these accusations. There's now 11 more charges. When is this guy going to just go and do his time already? I'm so I used to like his music, and then I found out that he was sleeping with Aaliyah. You guys remember Aaliyah, the singer? I do. She was one of my favorites. She actually died in a plane crash because it got overloaded with too much weight. And so as it took off, it crashed. It killed the entire crew that was on board. And, I found out that he was sleeping with her when she was 12. 12, you guys. Are you for real? Oh, now he's back in the news again with 11 more accusations and charges and video footage. We're not just talking about somebody who's making up a story to try to get rich. We're talking about a consistent story that always comes up about the same person. And this is what he's doing. Oh my goodness. I'm so far beside myself about it already. I can't even bring myself to listen to any music that has anything to do with him. I refuse to support him. after these kinds of allegations consistently coming out that this guy has been with little girls all his life. I mean, he was born in 67. So, I mean, by the 90s, he was sleeping with girls that are like a quarter of his age. I'm sorry, but I find that hard to deal with a little bit because I have children, and I honestly, I mean, there has been parents that have literally tracked down where they were staying and gone and knocked on the door to try to get their daughter to come out, and, you know, completely brainwashed by the fact that they think they're going to be the next famous person by R. Kelly. Like, oh my goodness. Very, very, very disheartening. It is sick, right, mister? And I know that I have male viewers, and I appreciate you guys chiming in on this because it is ridiculous. I mean, what's wrong with you that you can't go get a grown-ass freaking, you know, woman? Like, unbelievable. You know, he actually managed to marry Aaliyah when she was 15, you guys. 15. Like, I have a 16-year-old daughter. I cannot imagine a grown ass man taking advantage of my daughter. Like, I would just lose it. I mean, oh my goodness. Kudos to the parents that are handling this correctly. But geez whiz, I'm just shocked. Absolutely shocked that, you know, not only did this happen and then go through the media one time, 2 times, 3 times, we're at it again. When is this gonna stop? Like, oh my goodness, absolutely crazy. And I seriously needed to, you know, share that with you guys because I'm sure there's a lot of parents that watch me and watch this channel, and you know, we should not be supporting somebody who's got those kinds of allegations underneath them. In my opinion, it doesn't need to be supported. Thank you for becoming a fan. So I've got somebody asking how old I am. I'm 29 and holding. Crying out loud. I don't know if you can blame it on Satanism. I feel like people in their right mind know the difference between right and wrong, what they should be doing, what they shouldn't be doing. And if you do something wrong and you know, you regret it, so you know, you confess it to whatever, the Lord in your private space is fine, whatever you want to do to release that weight or whatever that you have done wrong on, right? So that's all fine and dandy. It's just like when you keep hearing the same story over and over again, I mean, there's just is no way that this many people are all lying about this. And with the footage, I mean, it's pretty damning footage. You literally see him, you know, acting out these things. These are full-blown, you know, videos made and stuff. Linda, never ask a lady that. You're cute. It takes a whole lot for me to get offended. In all honesty, I don't ruffle super quick, you know, but don't push it because I like to stand my ground, and I, you know, like to have an open platform where everyone can express themselves. So there's no real need for anybody to attack anybody else. That's how I feel. Hello, Mr. Ali. I am nice. Well, thank you for the compliment. I'm from Canada. I am from Canada. Hey, Soul. Salut, Yvette. Yeah, a little bit, right, Yvette? Did I watch the documentary for who? Terry. And I think he's untouchable. I think I missed who we're talking about here. Honestly, it's time for him to go. Yes, we're talking about R. Kelly. I cannot believe that he has yet, even after being indicted, you guys. Let me read for those of you that aren't familiar with what an indictment actually means. This is the actual professional description. A charge of a felony, so a serious crime, voted by a grand jury based upon a proposed charge, witnesses' testimony, and other evidence presented by the public prosecutor, the district attorney. If the judge finds there is enough evidence, he or she will order the case to be sent to the appropriate court for trial. So, I mean, the man's already been indicted, yet he's, of course, paid himself out to get out and all this. He's always gotten out, but it's redonkulous that there's all these accusations and he's not, you know, being held responsible for it. There's literally video footage of this. Like, come on. Yeah. Honestly, I mean, I am bashing the fact that he made such a horrible choice to exploit children and promise them some sort of fame in order for him to sleep with them. Like, absolutely disgusting. I'm sorry. I can't do it. It pisses me off. And I'm just beside myself that now that he's in the news again on 11 brand new charges, like, unbelievable. So I'm hoping for a little bit of justice in that area. Apparently he's facing 70 years in prison. But I mean, honestly, if that goes down to like 7-month stay instead of 7, I mean, the whole entire world is going to be pissed off about that, because it doesn't matter where you are in the world. We've all heard R. Kelly's music and we were probably all a fan at one point, right? I mean, the guy was at top of the charts for years running. So, I mean, yeah, like we probably had fans all around the freaking world, but then to do that is just unbelievable, like unbelievable. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, apparently that's what he faces, Soul. I mean, I don't know. It was just shocking to me, and I'm sorry, but you know, it just rocks me when I hear stuff like that, and I can't help but say something about it. I can't help but raise that awareness on it, as if this is even happening to, like, again, like, oh my gosh. Regardless, that wasn't my main story. That's just my main rant for today. But for real, is Susan here? Hey, Susan. Yes, it's okay. I told you it was a long time ago. We made an amends. Hey, Susan, I'm so glad to see you here, hon. Right on. So, yeah, absolutely crazy. Lisa from West Virginia says, I so agree 100%. I can't stress this enough. Like, there's parents out there that have literally been looking for their child because, you know, he was hanging out at the school and picking up young girls. Like, oh my Lord. I'm like, oh my Lanta. Unreal. So it is very, very, very heartbreaking. And I refuse to be a fan after hearing this over and over again. And I used to love his songs. I still sing, I believe I can fly. Like, I still sing it. But I mean, I don't think of it as his song anymore. I think of it more as Bette Midler's song. Like, I'm just like, come on, dude. What is wrong with him that he cannot go and get a grown-ass woman, that he needs to keep doing this to children? What is wrong with him? Like, I just can't even, I don't know. I can't even list. I don't even know where to log that in my brain. Like, I'm like, you know. Thank you, Susan. Hey, Lisa. You guys are so sweet. Here, it is just 2 in the afternoon. Hey, Stargirl. Oh, wow. Queen Sassy Rivera. Thank you for that invite. That's awesome. But I believe that, like, you know, we need to share this kind of what this exact play looked like. We need to share that with these, you know, youth these days, because like nobody should be duped into seclusion, into thinking you're going to be famous when meanwhile you're just being used as a sex toy. Like, come on. You know, I mean, that's just not cool at all. Hey, Amy. Yeah, next subject, for real. Yes, thank you, Queen Sassy. That's awesome. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, shake that off, right? Because, oh my goodness, it just rattles me, you know? Honestly, I can't deal with that stuff. But some of you guys know my whole, you know, story. So some of you know why that bothers me so damn much, you know? I am a survivor of rape. Like, I don't know if R. Kelly, got consent all the time. I don't know. It looks really bad though when you're locking them up in rooms, or you're treating them worse than dogs and making them, eat off the floor. Like, I watched the documentary. These women aren't lying. Like, it doesn't appear as if it's some bash, the singer type thing and get as rich as you can. This seems like it's happened consistently with many people, and they're all figuring out that it all happened to each other. Why weren't they allowed to talk to each other? Well, I guess this is why, because they would have found out that what was going on really wasn't supposed to be going on. But they were too damn young to be able to even, like, honestly, right? I have several jobs. Can I read you, King Master Mahi 346? My name is as you see it on my channel. So, lady, what is your name? King Master, I told you, it's on my channel. Are you yelling at me for with your cap locks? Oh my goodness. All right, seriously, moving right along. I honestly just think it's ridiculous, and I'm hoping that this is it. This guy's going to actually serve some jail time. There's no way that he's going to be able to pay off these 11 on top of it. Oh, brutal, brutal, brutal. King Master, I've answered you 3 times. I'm not going to continue talking to you after I've answered you 3 times on the same question. It is as you see it on the channel. Oh my gosh. Anyways. What was the Amy's question? I didn't even see it. Oh, yeah, that's true. Like, what kind of a question is that? Of course. I have several. Thanks. But I'm not at liberty to share that with you. So thanks. That tea tastes so yummy. All right, so moving right along, the story that I did want to share with you guys, and by the way, just let me say thank you so much for all your support through the Mental Health Month awareness of May. We're starting a new month. Let's move on to brighter, bigger, better things and not stay stuck in the past, right? So I just wanted to thank you guys, from me personally to you, the support that you gave me through the times I was crying and the times I wasn't handling life very well. This past month, I have genuinely appreciated, and I wouldn't have been able to fully pull myself up out of it without you guys, because I tapped in online specifically because I could not stop crying, and you guys made me happy again. And I just really appreciate the effort, the support, the views, the thumbs up, everything. Like, you guys rock. So I wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart for Mental Health Awareness Month that just ended. For those of you that are following the natural disaster stories, I did want to say a sincere thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the prayers. It looks as if the central U.S. everything is getting worse. Dams are breaking. Arkansas is flooding. Lots of areas have flooded. Thousands of people have been evacuated. And I have shared some of those stories with you guys and asked for your prayers, and I wanted to thank you for that. Please continue doing that, because sheesh, I don't know how far up that's going to end up. And, I'm central Canada, so I'm pretty sure that'll line up. I don't know, but, maybe not obviously this weather side, but for sure in the future, something to worry about. So I wanted to keep those people and those, natural disasters in our prayers, because it's just crazy in some areas right now. Absolutely crazy. Literally like Olympic-sized swimming pools of water being dumped every second. Every second. An Olympian-size pool being dumped of water constantly. Like, oh my gosh. I have lived through flood stuff, you guys, and it's not fun, I've also started over many times in my life. That is also not very fun. But it just sucks, you know, when you have to completely start over. So my heart goes out to all of these people that are affected and losing absolutely everything. Their houses are just you know, completely surrounded by water. They're just completely in water. So heartbreaking to see. 100%. Tons of tornadoes. Seriously, like up and over 500 been reported. It's absolutely redonkulous how much natural disasters are happening sort of all around the world right now. So yes, thank you, Linda, for that. Mad Malcolm, John C., Jonathan Spring, John Carlisle, thank you for watching. Welcome, welcome. You guys are awesome. Okay, so the main sort of story that I had set up was neither one of these, but I really wanted to share both of those thoughts with you guys. But the story I wanted to share with you guys is in regards to Jemma, Lilley, and Trudy, Lennon. Now, these ladies were from the Western Australia region, and they are quite heinous, these ladies. Have to admit that you know, the ending is absolutely brutal and completely uncalled for, by the way. And apparently it was found out to be all just for fun, a pleasure type of kill. Absolutely crazy. So my last name is German, Mad Malcolm. Thank you. I'm 29 and holding Jonathan Spring. Okay, so let me give you a little bit of background info. So Jemma Lilley, originally from Stamford, Lincolnshire, England, was reported to have developed a fascination with violence and serial killers at a very young age. She, you know, following domestic abuse by her mother, Lilley's parents had separated, with Lilley's father gaining custody of Lilley and her siblings. Diagnosed with dyslexia and autism at 6, Lilley watched films about serial killers, dressed up as them, and collected butcher knives as hobbies. At the age of 15, she began writing a novel titled Playzone, whose protagonist was, you know, serial killer nickname SOS, named after the real life serial killer David Berkowitz. So David Berkowitz was known as the son of Sam and the 45 caliber killer in the American serial killer who pleaded guilty to 8 separate shootings attacks that began in New York during the summer of 1976. So she later had published the book online under the pen name Sin Demon. In 2010, aged 18, Lilley moved to Perth, where she worked at a tattoo parlor and at the Woolworths supermarket. And in 2012, she married Gordon Galbraith, a gay man, in order to obtain permanent residency. Galbraith ended up dying in August of 2014. And so in 2016, she met and befriended Trudy, Lennon. You know, they began a friend, you know, they had been a friend of Galbraith's best friend. Lennon frequently practiced BDSM and submissive type sexual activities. She and Lilley forged a dominant, submissive friendship. And, you know, in 2016, May, Lennon moved into Lilley's house, which they, you know, called Elm Street in Orly. In virtual conversations with each other, Lennon called Lilley SOS, while Lilley called Lennon Corvina, an alias Lennon used on the BDSM scene. So very, very interesting type couple. I'm not even trying to judge that at all. It's what they chose to do together that makes this thing so heinous, unbelievably. No, Jonathan. So In an online conversation, May 31st, Lilley and Lennon told each other that they were ready to sort of commit a killing. So between May 16th and June 12th, Lilley and Lennon made 3 shopping trips together, buying items such as a circular saw, acetone, bleach, a barrel, and 100 liters of hydrochloric acid. My goodness. Sometimes. Blah, 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 right? Seriously. Hello, Calvin. Hello, Eduardo. Weather here is nice. 70 perfect. Quit being rude. She doesn't have to tell you anything. I already told him my name's in the title. He just doesn't seem to speak English, maybe. I don't know. He's not like understanding what I mean. Anyways, moving right along. Actually, I'm just going to go and grab my tea, refill my tea. I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. Now I have a nice fresh cup of tea. Okay. So basically the disappearance and body or whatever, finding the body on Monday, June 13th, Aaron Patchich. Now, he was a really good guy, good kid, this boy. He was also, though, autistic, and he was very, very trusting. Hello, Alex. So he was very trusting and a very nice kid. And these ladies completely took advantage of it by luring him into their home and, you know, killing the kid, for crying out loud. So regardless, we'll get there in a second. So he was just 18 years old. He was very young. He was on the autistic spectrum, and he was driven from the house where, you know, he was lodging in the Waikiki Rockingham Center he lived by the landlady. He was reported missing like literally the next day when he didn't show back up at home. Of course, I was completely out of character for him. So Lilley had arrived in Perth from Stamford, Lincolnshire in 2010. She had a troubled childhood and developed what prosecutors later determined and said that it was long-term fascination with horror genre and murder and, you know, basically a serial killer guru or whatever, right? They say that she sort of regarded Freddy Krueger as the serial protagonist in the Nightmare on Elm Street film franchise as a hero. And she like looked at this Freddy Krueger as a hero. Allegedly, once she told a friend that she wanted to take a life before she was 25 years old, which is absolutely crazy. I mean, if anybody hears anybody say, hey, guess what? I totally want to kill somebody. I mean, you probably don't really want to be hanging out with them. And you probably should say something about that. Yeah, exactly. Yes, dark and scary, 100%. So in 2012, her visa was almost expired. She had married a gay friend who had later died. His best friend introduced her to a friend that was Lennon in 2016. And of course, the pair became very close quickly. At that time, Lilley was working as a shelf stacker at a supermarket, and she had also published an online novel that had a serial killer theme and a central character known as SOS. So Lennon, a mother of two boys, had been engaged with, was a submissive in Perth's bondage, discipline, sadomasochism community. She had went by the name of Corvina in the BDSM scene. She had a tattoo that was that her relationship was effective, and she was owned by it, kind of thing. So Lennon struggled financially after her engagement ended, when Lilley visited Lennon's home in May of 2016, and saw, the parlous state. She offered to move Lennon and her boys into her home. Lennon agreed, and the women were already sharing, homicidal fantasies and conversations and online messages. And police say, building a dominant, submissive friendship, with Lennon doting obediently on Lilley. So they used the code names SOS and Corvina. Prosecutors say their exchanges intensified rapidly until within 3 weeks of living together, their bizarre plan sort of reached fruition. Like they knew what they were going to do, and they just had to find a willing participant, kind of thing, right? A victim, basically. So 13 days before the murder, each declared themselves ready to kill. In an online exchange, prosecutors allege Lilley wrote that, I feel as though I cannot rest until the blood of flesh of a screaming victim is gushing out and pooling on my floor. I cannot shift this belief that the world has become not only ready for me, but it needs me to be ready. Quite messed up, honestly. But Lennon allegedly replied, it is definitely time. I am ready. You are ready. So it was Lennon who had identified Aaron Patchich and, as a possible victim. Courts were told she had met Mr. Patchich while they studied at a vocational college, and he became friends with her 14-year-old son. In the weeks before the murder, Lilley and Lennon shopped at a hardware store on 3 separate occasions to buy goods, including a circular saw, bleach, cement, the drop sheet, and a large plastic barrel, some acetone, and of course, we know the hydrochloric acid. And the day before Aaron was killed, they had bought the hydrochloric acid. Now, Aaron had been living as a boarder with another person since 2016. They had met through church, and on June 13th, 2016, as they ate breakfast, Lennon phoned Mr. Patchich and invited him to her house. Miss Reed dropped him to meet Lennon and Lilley at the shopping center. CCTV footage showed Lilley and Lennon meeting Mr. Patchich in the car, car park, and driving away with him. So Aaron thought he was swapping computer games with Lennon's son as he walked towards the house, which, had a sign reading Elm Street on the gate. The court heard the ones inside. Lilley jumped, Aaron from behind, tried to, strangle him, and Lennon pinned the boy down on the floor as Lilley stabbed him 3 times, twice in the neck and once in the chest, obviously killing him. And at that point, they literally just dragged his body off to dispose of him, which they ended up building a grave in the backyard. Oh my goodness. So they had a specially prepared room. It was all like white tile flooring. It was lined with like blue tarpaulins and like, the container that contained a gurney, a bright red utility cupboard when police had found that room. If there was any plan to sort of use that acid on Aaron's body, it never actually did happen. The women had buried him in a shallow grave in the backyard. Lennon's son later unwittingly uncovered the friend's grave with concrete. He had unwittingly covered the friend's grave with concrete and the red indoor tiles after the murder. But he didn't know that that's what they had done, and what, he was just listening to covering it up with the cement, absolutely brutal. So the CCTV clue that the lady that was, sort of proctoring Aaron, she had reported him missing like the next day, June 14th. She was already all over it. It was unlike him whatsoever to be going missing randomly, right? So she, of course, did file a missing persons report. After days, of no sign, of course, police appealed for public's help. They delved deeper, checking his phone records. They found that the last call that he had received came from Lennon, and that's what led, police to her house on June 20th. So less than a week later, the officers are already knocking down the door kind of thing. They knew that something happened there, and they were, coming to investigate. A subsequent search revealed the body, dozens of knives, a bone saw, scalpels, a machete, and like an alphabetized handwritten list of torture techniques. Brutal. The incredible police found CCTV evidence recorded by Lilley's own home security setup, wary that her collection of motorcycles might, somebody might steal them. Lilley had installed a motion sensing CCTV system at 4 points outside the house. So the footage captured Aaron entering the back door of the house with Lilley and Lennon at about 10 p.m. on the day that he died. About 10:30, it filmed Lennon leaving the house and entering again, carrying a large knife inside a sheath. And I mean, the CCTV cameras were switched off at that point. So following their arrest, each woman accused accused the other person of being like the head runner of the situation, right? Lilley said, she was sleeping when Lennon murdered him. Lennon admitted only witnessing Lilley kill Aaron and, helping to conceal the crime. During the 5-week trial, Lilley spent 5 days on the stand while Lennon remained silent. She said the intense murder-themed exchange she and Lennon shared was merely role-playing for a new book. But there was a gentleman who worked under Lilley at the supermarket. He had testified that she confessed to this murder. She was running her mouth, she was exhilarated, recounting these details of what they so heinously did. He testified that she confessed to the murder, to him 5 days after Aaron had went missing, but 3 days before his body was found. She was, very excited as she was describing it. And the gentleman basically told Lilley, I'm the police, or Lilley basically told this guy, the police are so dumb, they're never going to catch her. Horrified, this male worker, completely went to the police and advised them of what she had said. Lilley told him that she may have to make the problem go away, later sending text messages suggesting that she made up the story. So another gentleman coworker testified that Lilley had told him she wanted to be a serial killer and she wanted to leave her mark on the world. It took the jury just 2.5 hours to find both women guilty. After sentencing, Aaron Patchett's mother, they, of course, wished them to just rot in jail, and hope that they perhaps regret what they did, but who knows? So absolutely insane that these ladies took pleasure in doing this. And that's exactly how it was sort of named. They took pleasure. Thank you for the thumbs up. If you guys enjoy this spending time here and you enjoy the story outline, for sure throw up a like. It has nothing to do with the story and liking the heinous, story. It's more or less the work that I'm putting forward. So the support is amazing. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe, hit that fan. I'd love to see you come back. Well, that's weird. Have we seen Miss Shaylee come in yet? I was going to. We have now spoken and worked things out. I'm so excited and happy that that happened. I love that when that happens, right? Misunderstandings are going to happen no matter what you do in life. But how you handle the misunderstanding is the real sort of trick of it, So we have handled that nicely and all gotten along and understand each other, and we're all on the same page, which is awesome. Tracy, I don't know why it hasn't shown up yet. It might show up now. Now that you've commented, I added you. Yeah, there you go. Because we have also spoken. Look at Chica's giving you mod hugs. That's awesome. Okay, Lisa, you have a great evening if you're leaving. Hey, Bonker. You're more beautiful than ever, and your hair is so beautiful arranged this way. Thank you. It's like I'm a little peacock. Yes, I'd had added it already, Tracy, but I guess it didn't work or something. I don't know. But I'm glad that you're here right now because it worked. As soon as we see Miss Shaylee again, we'll be able to fix that too. You really love me. Well, thank you. I very much enjoy your support, and I love that too. Cool Productions Mars. Yes, very welcome. Thank you for the thumbs up. You guys are great. I was shocked to see this and to find out that it was just a complete pleasure kill, and they took advantage of, this boy's trust. Like he was 18, he had his whole life ahead of him. That was pretty redonkulous. Excuse me. Both ladies are going to be eligible for parole, though, like after 28 years. So I'm just hoping that there's no board that's actually going to let them out. Like that's just not going to happen. That's what I'm hoping. Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, we totally talked. Are you looking for some online love? Cool Production Mars. What kind of videos do you do? Can we ask about you? Hello, Carrie McDonald and Rennie. Good evening. I feel like I need it on that side for crying out loud. It was so premeditated. Absolutely. I agree, mister. And I seriously wish, they would have gotten something more like life without parole, but apparently they are eligible after 28 years. I don't see a board, any prison board of officials actually releasing somebody, especially on their first upfront in front of the board evaluation. I mean, no, like it's just that almost like never happens. 9 times out of 10, they're sent back to continue their prison stay. Minecraft and also some other things. So yeah, if anybody here is a gamer, feel free to go and check out Cool Production Mars's channel. They are a gamer. Hello, but you're a bit old, but I still think you're really hot. Well, thank you, Ryan A. Jacobson. I'm not really concerned with age as far as expressing my freedom of speech on the true crime stories I cover. So I'm all right with being older and wiser versus, you know, the opposite. Many of us know the ending of that one, right? There you go, Tracy. So please tell him to go and check out Cool Production Mars. What are true crime stories? True crime stories are anything that somebody's done that's really bad around the world. So it's crime that is true. It really happened. That's what it is. I'm surprised you need me to explain that to you. Hello, Carrie. Yeah, so absolutely crazy. You know, these ladies completely took advantage of this kid because of his autistic high trust you know, ability or whatever. They were able to lure him over to their house and heinously kill this kid for no reason other than it was just a pleasure kill. Honestly, I don't know. Those people, obviously those ladies should never be allowed out if they can do that to a random complete stranger. Well, like they just don't even deserve to be walking the earth. Hang on, I'm going to open up my window on this side a little bit. Oh, no way. Well, my shoe, for crying out loud. These are so cute, right? Literally got these for like $1. They're practically brand new. But the other one is having like sole splitting issues. I'm just so irritated with it. I thought I fixed it, but nope. So I'm going to have to get something stronger. But they match the dress, and I was like, that's so perfect. Nope. Psych. Sheesh. So yeah, those are my stories today. You know, extremely not happy to hear about, you know, R. Kelly. Definitely can't handle that anymore. I mean, honestly, I don't know. It is a cute dress, right, Tracy? I was showing everybody. It's a high-low dress. So I love it. It's cute, right? Super cute. Very summery. And it was only $5. You can't go wrong with a beautiful dress like that for $5. How old was the child again for... I get prettier with age, like fine wine, right? Honestly, it's just fine. It's all God. It's fine God. I'm not doing it all on my own. That's for sure. The design and the colors, the fabric, really cool. Yeah, I love it. Super, super cute. I love the high-low about it, you know, so great taste for beautiful clothes. Yes. Yes. And they're all of my clothing, all of it is thrift stores or garage sales, or like it's always like gently used or super discounted. If I'm buying brand new, you know, and it's like super discounted, like, I mean, you can't go wrong, right? It's completely new. So I like to wear tank tops in the summertime, right? So like end of season is when those tend to go down to like $1 or $2, and it's like for a brand new freaking tank top. Yeah. I'll take that, you know. I totally love thrifting. It's my favorite. Favorite. But I think there's a just going through and finding the looking more new type clothing. You know, you can see it between the clothes that are really washed and really worn and lighter in color and stuff, you know, but you can find those sharper shirts and save yourself a bundle. Especially a blast to go with a band of sisters. You'll get your prize findings in the car afterwards. That's funny, mister. That's so funny. So, yeah, I'm kind of anxious to see what's going to happen with the court procedure for Mr. R. Kelly. My goodness. Just brutal. 11 new counts of sexual abuse. Like, come on. Filed May 30th. So literally like 2 days ago. Unbelievable. Hello, Sugar Shine. What happened? Well, R. Kelly's all over the news again about 11 new sexual assault charges or sexual abuse charges or whatever. Oh my goodness, it's so frustrating because I actually used to like this person. I actually used to like their music. And now I'm just like, seriously? After watching the documentary too, like on TV with all of his exes and all of these other women who came on and expressed the, you know, the way that he treated them was brutal. Absolutely brutal. Like he was already indicted on 21 counts of child pornography, for crying out loud. Again, for those of you that don't know what an indictment is, it's a charge of a felony of a serious crime voted by a grand jury based upon proposed charges, witnesses' testimony, and other evidence presented by the district attorney. And, you know, if the judge finds there is enough evidence, then he or she will order the case sent to the appropriate court for trial. So he's already been indicted and now there's more coming out. Like, it's just brutal. I'm sorry, but I have a hard time with this because I have children myself. And, you know, who would want anybody doing this to their child? I'm just so upset about it. Apparently he's facing up to, you know, 70 years in jail, but is he going to be able to pay his way out of this one too? Like, oh my gosh. Brutal. I really hope he's held responsible and accountable. Yeah, I think he is guilty too. And there's all this, oh, well, he's not guilty until, you know, proven. It's all over the freaking footage tapes, y'all. I mean, you could see it plain as day that it is him. I've seen some of those footages. He enjoyed filming it so that he could review it later and get his kicks off of it again. Like, absolutely insane. I'm sorry. I can't deal with it. Well, yeah, I'm just shocked. I mean, honestly, thank you, Donna. You're so sweet. He'll be like Bill Cosby. Man, Sugar Shine, it really, really ruffles my feathers about this kind of stuff because I have, you know, a daughter that is young like this. And man, so I'm kind of going to be obviously following that, seeing where that's going. Well, he has successfully sort of avoided all of this already for so long that I'm just shocked that he's in the news for the exact same thing again. Like, wow. Oops. Condensation on my water bottle stuck to my stuck to my coaster. Excuse me. I've also been following a little bit of the excuse me, Jennifer Doulos case. She's the mother of 5 children that's gone missing in the midst of crazy custody battle with their children. She was born in New York. And she is still missing. And they were supposedly in the midst of a crazy custody scandal, whatever. You know, these are usually motives for people doing this: money, you know, affairs, custody battles. Those are usually the 3 biggest issues where criminal like death can happen because somebody gets that upset and they're that emotionally close to the situation and whatnot. So sadly, but I'm hoping that they find this woman because, I mean, I'm hoping she's still alive, but what do you want to bet she's not, you know? So sad. All those 5 children now have to grow up without their mom, like brutal. Yeah, it's unfortunate. You know, she was beautiful. She was only 34, you know, she's younger than me for crying out loud, and she's just gone. Of course, they're questioning the husband and stuff like that. She was reported missing a couple of months ago, though. So, yeah, like I said, there's 5 children that are affected by that one, and that just bugs me, you know? To take somebody's life and take you away from, you know, the children that you're raising is just brutal. Hello, Dan Honey. Laws. Hello. Thank you for becoming a fan. See, my thing about all of that, you guys, is like, I don't think that there's going to be like 15, 20 people all lying about the same thing, and they all have the same information and they all know the same layout, yet none of these people live close to each other or even have communicated on their own together. So how do you piece that together? The evidence makes it look as though they aren't lying because there's so many different people saying the same damn thing. That's that at that point is I'm just going to turn this light on up here actually. And just take a quick bathroom break. One sec. Thank you guys. Jennifer's husband is a pretty good looking man, though, I have to admit. But if he's a murderer, he's not good looking at all. Man, some people. Okay, Trace. So, in all honesty, I hope that they're able to figure out who did this, where she is, and bring her home. If for the very least to give her a burial, proper burial, like, you know, wherever she is. I highly doubt now, knowing like she's been missing for a couple of months, that she's alive. I did read about Maleah. Yes, I did. Thrown on the side of the road on the other state line. He crossed over to the other state line into Alabama, I think it was, into Hope. Oh my goodness, that guy too, though. Brutal. I can't handle this kind of stuff with these, you know, with kids. Like, come on. At least, you know, Jennifer Duloss's kids are still alive, all 5 of them. You know, you hear about somebody mistreating a child and it just ruffles me. It just really bugs me. I can't do it, you know? I mean, I watch it because I want to know, because once you hear about it, but to share it with you guys, I feel like I just lose it and start crying, you know? It's just so sad to hear what some people do to children. Like, my goodness. Kids getting hurt. Literally can't watch it anymore. It makes me sick to my stomach. Like, I'm like, seriously, people? Oh my goodness, you know? It makes me angry too, Josh D. I'm completely with you on that. Like, it's just disgusting, you know? And some of these people just walk around like normal folk every day. We're right beside them in the damn grocery store or something. We don't even know. Like, brutal. It totally makes me angry. I'm completely with you on that. Moep. Hello, hello. I love your little profile pic. That's awesome. But I mean, as far as I knew, they were still doing testing to see if it was her body. I haven't seen the update yet, but mind you, I haven't been watching for the last 12 hours or so. So maybe they have already announced. Does anybody know if because I knew that they had found remains. I knew that they were doing some forensic testing to see if it was this girl, Maleah. So, but I've not heard whether or not that was confirmed. I'm wondering, you guys, because she looked a little odd the way that she was crying, but looking for the camera. That to me is a fake cry. You are playing it up. You are showing face because you're aware that the cameras are on you. Hi, Mikwar. And so that makes it look really, really odd. How many times have we seen stuff like that, right? And it 9 times out of 10 comes out that that person was involved. Who the heck looks around for cameras to see who's watching to accentuate or deflate your reaction? Like, are you serious? That seems as though you're just lying. Like, oh my goodness. I know, right, mister? That's exactly what I thought. Her friend that was rubbing her back had more concerned look on her face than the mother even did. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's more to this, and we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. You know why? Because if they did find little Maleah's body, you can bet your butt that they're going to have that coroner be able to read what's happened. He's going to be able to put together a story of what happened to this girl, how she died, what happened to her, and if anybody else was involved. Like, there's no way. Hello, brethren, Trapethi or something. But the mother's response to it all seems very off to me. I'm not sure how authentic it is. It's like I've already heard too much about this darn case. I know I'm going to be trying to watch and see what's happened. I just don't know if I'd be able to share it with you guys. But, watch the news. Hey, James, how's it going? Watch the news and find out too for you, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to share that story without crying. And I don't want to be online just sobbing. Like, come on. Thank you, James. I don't think she played it well at all. I think she looks guilty as sin doing what she was doing, hiding her face and then checking for cameras and crying harder. Like, come on, that's not real. That looks really set up or fake or something. Salahama official. Hello, hello. Hey, Meg Ryan. Hello, Melly D. Much love, ladies. Ladies and gentlemen. Anymore, because it really upsets me, but I do think a lot of these children killings, Halloween and solstice and stuff. Well, that's an interesting analogy. I'm not sure. I don't know if we'll ever even be able to find that out for a fact, right? We might have to wait for that afterlife world to understand everything that's happening in this world, but who knows? Apparently, this girl was not being treated very well, though. From a very young age, she was being left with inappropriate people that are doing inappropriate things, you know, with a child that was completely inappropriate. Like, I'm just beside myself with it. But it has been all over the news, so it's kind of hard to not see and hear about it because they were looking for her body. Hello, Tyler. But now that there's been a sort of finding of a body that could be hers, I just have not heard anything further as far as those forensic tests coming back. And I think it'll take a little while, not a huge amount of time. Like, we might hear something tomorrow, you know. Yeah, he drove or Arkansas. That's what it was. Thank you, Donna. I don't know why I thought it was Alabama. Yeah, Arkansas, in the city or town of Hope. Maleah had brain surgery. Oh my gosh. Why? No, the mother was not acting right. And the pretending to cry really bugged me. Hello, Bugs2710. It really bothered me that she acted so fake. Like, if you're checking for cameras to cry, you clearly, you know, you're clearly showing up what's going on. Hello, Dope David. Hello, Cheryl B. I think the mother knew about it too, you guys. I'm telling you, the way she acted and stuff, she was not in dire straits. My day is okay, thank you. She was not in dire heartbreak straits after finding out that her daughter was missing. She was not like broken and in tears. She was like more concerned with what was going on with media than anything. Like, it reminds me of the what was her name? I want to say Susan Smith. Oh, there's no, I feel like that's wrong. No, that's not the one I'm thinking of. It reminds me of the Darlie Rudier case. That her, like, honestly. Yeah, well, I mean, it's a hot topic. It's all over the news right now, right? We're talking about the maleah-davis case. This poor little girl. What she went through and the fact that she is probably no longer with us, which is so sad. Hello, Jack. I'm all right. Thank you for asking. All things considered, I'm all right. But yeah, Darlie Rudier, she's the one that stabbed her two sons and then called 911. You know, her other baby and her husband were upstairs, and she's trying to act all panicked on the phone. Meanwhile, the crime scene, like, is layer over layer of garbage. You've got her blood and you know, kids' blood on the floor, and then you've got like glasses on top of it and stuff. Completely staged crime scene. 100%. 100%. Man, that Darlie Rudier. Yeah, I mean, Casey Anthony, I mean, yeah, but I mean, Darlie Rudier was involving children, right? This is also involving a child. So I connect those ones more than, but you know, like, well, Casey Anthony, hers was her daughter too, but honestly, I just don't understand that, you know? Hi, Jeremy. You're funny. Yeah, Jack, we were talking about Darlie Rudier. We're talking about maleah-davis, some old, some new current cases. So, but just the similarities that are between them, like the fact that it's involving children, like, oh, good luck to these ladies when they make it to the big time pen, right? Good frickin' luck. Was there calls to CPS? I hadn't heard that part, Donna. Like, I probably have not heard everything on the maleah-davis case. Well, they're only you and me. I have several broadcasts open at the same time. I like to keep them separate so that I have authentic, audience on both or all. Excuse me, pardon me. I'm just going to grab one more tea. I'll be right back, okay? I'm standing there waiting for the microwave and I'm yawning. I'm like, all right, maybe I need to have a coffee, not another tea. I need some caffeine in me. All right, what's happening? All right, wait. I definitely know there was some inappropriateness that was going on with her, with the child and adults. So yeah, Susan Smith was the one that drove her kids into the lake. That's not who I was meaning. I was comparing her more to the Darlie Routier because she was so fake with her 911, help me, my kids have been stabbed. Meanwhile, it was her the whole time, and she's setting up the freaking crime scene as she's on the phone with 911, right? For those of you that know the Darlie Routier case, you will remember those details. Man, my coffee's only lukewarm. 1 second. Sorry. You heat your coffee up for 90 seconds? Oh, I just did a quick 30 seconds because I feel bad making you guys wait. Hello. Hola. ¿Cómo estás, David? That's good. Oh, I was having corn on the cob yesterday, and like the back of my tooth right here, I kind of burned it because the corn was hot. Now anything I drink or anything that goes in my mouth that's hot, it hurts. Hello, Dennis. Hello, Sapphire Hawk. Hello, Ayub. Ayub Han. Yes, it does hurt, Donna. I keep touching it. I'm like, ow. I'm okay, Ayub. Thank you for asking. Hello, Sapphire. I will become a fan too. How about that? Hi. Welcome. Betty Crocker. I used to have the same problem with your teeth. I recommend trying beef flavored toothpaste. Yeah, you're funny. No thanks. Pretty eyelids. It's cute, right? But it matches the dress. I'm all about coordination, Well, welcome back. I only went to go make a quick coffee. Come on. Thank you, Ayub, for the heart. You're funny, Jack. Nice dress, right? I dress nice? Well, thank you. I'm talking on several live streams at the same time. I am drinking a coffee today. Well, right now. I was drinking tea earlier. No, the dress, I just put a belt on with it. I am from Canada. It is very sad. I completely agree. You love the dress, right, Tracy? It was only $5. I was like, yeah. Canada, eh? You got it. Hello, half. Yeah, $5. You can't go wrong, right, girl? Seriously. I'm getting so skinny. I am not. You're so funny. I actually gained 10 pounds. I was like, oh, okay. I'm the queen of multitasking. I can completely. I'm like my friend. Okay. I can completely handle multiple things. You're a horse rider. Well, that's pretty cool. Hello, YMCMB. Welcome to me. Yeah, it's a really good find for $5. Beautiful. I love it. Yeah, it goes over the head. Canada, man, I know lots of people think I'm from the US because I say y'all. So everybody's like, "Aw, she's just Southern." But I love y'all. And I often cover cases from the US. So a lot of my audience is actually in North America, which is the United States. You didn't have to take that back, Eduardo. That's okay. You have no idea how many people think I am from the United States. But when I say I'm from Canada, they're like, "Oh, that's so cool." You're Massachusetts, right? Hello, searching soulmate. Yeah, it's not, I don't think it's a bad thing. We share North America together. I'm just Canadian North America, and you guys are United States North America. Still two different countries, but whatever, you know. I do. I say for crying out loud. I don't know why. I don't know. It's just a habit. I look like a Southern belle. See, I can totally pull it off. All I need to do is say y'all. No, in all honesty, that really wasn't intentional. It just so happened that I started covering the Turpin case when that went down January 2017 or whatever. I started or 2018. I started covering that case, and I got a lot of United States folks come over and join me. So, and since there's been many more that have liked and stayed. I have been to the US. Yeah. Back in the day when I was younger, our dollar was actually really good. We actually got more money to go and shop. So when you transferred over your funds from Canadian dollars to US dollars, you got more money. So it made sense to go shopping in the US. Now it's opposite. Now it costs more for us to change our money over. And you guys don't accept our currency. So we don't shop as much there anymore. And a lot of shopping is done online nowadays anyways. So a lot of stuff does come from the US though. I just need a little umbrella to protect my delicate skin from the sun. Aw. You want to visit Canada? It's a very, very friendly place. We have our moments of not being so nice, but 9 times out of 10, we're nice. Yeah, things changed with the economy and the dollars has switched, so it just doesn't make sense, you know, to change your money over and pay more to shop in a place that, you know, yes, you guys have a lot more selection than us, but it just doesn't make sense to transfer over the money to pay more to shop there, you know, unless you're going there already. You know what I mean? You could always get like a prepaid credit card in that US currency. You can actually sign up like a US account, so the money that's in there already is in US funds. So there's all kinds of new things nowadays. No, Josh, I don't think it's any one government person's fault. It's more of a combination of everybody doing the same thing, and one day that's going to fall down, I think. So I've been to Minnesota. I've been to Grand Forks. I've been to New York, but the New York that's shares the Canadian bridge with Ontario, Niagara Falls, that New York. And I think that that's the actual New York City. So, but I can't remember where it is, but I know that the name is New York. So no, I'm not. Minnesota has a lot of great functions, like, you know. Yeah, but the New York place that I have been to, I think it's a different state. It shares the bridge. Like I wonder if I can look it up. Buffalo, that's what it is, I think. Maybe it's Buffalo, New York? I want to know, now that I'm seeing Mr. say that, I think that might be right. Because there's a New York Falls that are right there with the Canadian. So it does. It connects to Buffalo, New York. That's what it is, you guys. I haven't been down there since I was like 20 years old, you guys. So it's been a long time since I've been there. But yeah, it's the bridge that connects Buffalo, New York to Ontario. And there is, you know, you can pay a toll fee and you can go over the bridge onto, you know, the American side and hang out or whatever, go grab something to eat, you know. But you can't do that unless you have American money to spend. That's 100% true. You know, because the United States does not accept Canadian currency. In fact, I've heard from many of my viewers that they think it's monopoly money. I don't think so, but it's like, whatever. I've never been to the South. No, never. I share the central region of the United States. So I'm actually a little bit concerned for the future with all the natural disasters. Thank you for becoming a fan. I honestly am concerned with the global warming and the fact that there's so much flooding and stuff like that. If one day that flooding is going to come straight up to, you know, towards us and wash us out as well, which is entirely freaking possible and plausible. But very scary, like, honestly. Naftali Hamias. What do you mean by faux line runs? What? So I ended up grabbing a coffee because I was just feeling like I needed a little bit more caffeine. Jack, you were going to say monopoly money? See? That's what everybody says about our money. It's kind of more plasticky. Like you could wash, you could leave it in your pocket by accident and wash it in the washing machine and it would be fine. Now, if you put it into the dryer, it would completely melt. We actually don't get earthquakes here, surprisingly enough, but we never used to get tornadoes here and we do now. So I wouldn't be surprised if earthquakes aren't far behind, if now we're getting, you know, that kind of weather with the tornadoes. Hello, Giovanni. Yeah, but I mean, the central region of the US is being hit hard. No, we don't get hurricanes either because we don't live near huge bodies of water like that. We're in like flat prairie land. So if the central US floods, I have a feeling that's going to go straight up to where we are, where I am here in central Canada. They are being hit crazy. A lot of those. No, we don't have any mountains here. It's just flat prairie lands. So yeah, but like I said, we never used to get tornadoes when I was younger and stuff. We have already dealt with flooding. We had the snowfall of the century in 97 that created for the flood of the century. 97. And we've since had flooding in 2010, and I like this chat so much. People are very kind. When will be the next one? Eduardo, I do 2 chats every week on Tuesdays and Saturdays at 2 p.m. Central Daylight Savings Time. Every Tuesday and Saturday. With the exception of this last Tuesday, which was the first time in like a year and a half that I've been doing live shows twice a week that we had to, I had to cancel or postpone it. We did it later in the evening. We had a glass of wine together. Daytona, Ohio, Scott bashed. Yeah. Well, and just so many people had just finished. There had been people that had just finished picking up the pieces from the last natural disaster devastation, and suddenly they're getting bombarded and hit again with another one. Like, that's just crazy. But lots and lots of tornadoes for the US, like literally 500 plus reported in a month. I was like, oh my goodness. This is actually a really cool site. See, so like honestly, you guys, Oklahoma is like really not that far from the Canadian border. Oklahoma's been getting like hammered with these kinds of natural disasters. I believe it's literally only a matter of time before these kinds of things are going to affect Canada as well. Growing up, we've never had earthquakes. This just doesn't happen here. It's never happened that I can remember in my entire 40 years here. But I mean, it's just so. We never used to get tornadoes though, and we're getting them now. You know, we just had a ferocious tornado come and rip apart not far in here where I live. You know, it completely destroyed some of the reserve housings and stuff, trapped people in their basements because it just ripped up the whole house and then dropped it down, you know. Really, hey, chica, that is crazy. You live in Tornado Alley? Oh my goodness, Josh, that's crazy. Mr. Canada's actually not that cold anymore. You know, if you were going to talk about Alaska, yeah, they're freaking freezing, you know. But in all honesty, there are parts of Canada that literally go through like maybe 4 months max of winter, and it's not even that cold anymore. When I was a kid, it used to be like minus 50. Now, like, it rarely ever gets to that. Like, I noticed that our winds seem to be picking up quite a bit. That, you know, we never used to have as strong of winds as we do, but I, you know, noticed that that's been changing over the, you know, steadily over the last decade. We never used to get as much wind as we do get, and I can tell that that is from the tornadoes that are around, you know. You have a storm cellar in the backyard. Sirens go off, you just go and get in the cellar. Interesting. So it's like a second home set up down there kind of thing, I'm sure. You got everything you need type of deal. Is there a toilet and everything down there? Like, I don't know. I've never been in a cellar. New York gets Canada winter winds. Yeah. Yeah, but mister, it's colder over in the Ontario region in a different way than it is where I am in Manitoba, because Ontario has the body of water there. And you get that kind of cold that is so cold to your bones that you can't even warm up. You're just like, like you can't even stop. But here it's more of a dry type of winter, and it's really not that bad, and especially if you're going to dress for it. The wind sometimes can be a little brutal, but you know, you dress for it and it's really not that bad. Yeah, I have a basement where we are, and I mean the entire block I'm sure would just go down there, you know. But I mean, I live in a huge brick building. I don't know how much sturdier that is compared to wooden built buildings. I wonder if it would be able to withstand, you know, a tornado. I don't know. Man, all those bricks coming down on the house, though, that would be pretty scary. Donna, you're so cute. Why do you want to know? Hello, Mahyar. 555. You're cute. Excuse me. So Tornado Alley stretches from Dakota's south to Texas. Warm, moist air from the Gulf travels north and collides with cold, dry air from Canada and the Rockies. Deadliest tornado outbreaks in decades, meteorologists called it a super outbreak. That was in Alabama in 2011, though. Like, we've already way surpassed these kind of things when there was 500 plus that were reported in just 1 month, you know. Yeah, Timber and Wolf is right. Electra Steel, hello. But I mean, it's just sad that so many of the people that had just literally finished building up after, you know, going through a natural disaster, suddenly they're having to, you know, restart again. Like, man, excuse me. You're funny, Linda K. They're big as your plate eating your steak. You're funny. Yeah, no doubt. I think there's more water vapor in the atmosphere, and that's why the storms are more frequent and more intense. Yeah, it's certainly the collision of the dry, warm, and the cool snap together, and boom, you know. Hello, Lolita C. Oh, my can of spray just to wipe one of them out. They're the size of house cats. Spiders the size of house cats. Oh, man. Oh. Used to them. Get rated up about the weather. Ugh, man. Yeah, I hate it too. You're funny, Donna. No, I've tried chiropractor. Hello, Sufyan. I've tried chiropractor and it hurts even more, guys. When I was hit by a car when I was a kid, I went for 2 years of chiropractic every week, twice a week at some point. Like, I mean, it was brutal. I always left there in more pain. Like, my hips are uneven, so they kept thinking they could adjust it and whatever, but it's never been adjustable. In fact, it hurts so much more to see a chiropractor. I had to stop. It's almost like my body is that used to being out of whack, but now it's just getting worse, and there's no ending in sight in a sense. So yes, hello, Sufyan. Should I check out? No, I'm telling you guys, the chiropractic stuff is not conducive and constructive for me. I'm already in too much pain that I do not need to subject myself to any more. And that cracking and trying to adjust leaves me in pain for days that I can't handle. So no, thank you. I know you guys are the best of intentions and stuff, but trust me when I tell you that I have absolutely freaking tried every single thing that I can think of and that my doctor can think of. I literally just went and saw him yesterday. You know, like there's nothing left to do short of doing injections in my spine, which again is going to be very painful. Like, I'm just beside myself with all of that already. I don't even really want to talk about it because it's that depressing and that hard on me. I'm tired of having to be that extra strong all the frickin' time. It's a little bit exhausting on my body, on my brain, on my soul, on my heart, on everything. So definitely never not going to a chiropractor. No. Sorry. Thank you for the suggestion, but absolutely not. I've already tried that and tried it for years. I tried to give it the benefit of the doubt. I tried to let it take the time to adjust. No, you guys, no. Yeah, totally. Yolanda, we'd rather go through earthquakes, everything else, no way. Yeah, I would imagine that would be a really weird feeling if the ground was suddenly moving underneath you or your things are moving or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Thank you, mister. I definitely have like a warming bag and stuff that I use when I need it. May the Lord bless you with good health. Thank you, Gohar Hassan. Thank you very much. Yeah, I was hit by a car. I was with my mother when it happened. We were jaywalking, actually. She said that like I spun 3.5 times before I hit the ground. I walked into a vehicle that was going like 45 kilometers an hour through the yield lane, just poof, like so. Hello, Red. Okay, I'm from Canada, Sofiane. Yeah, stretching does help. Yes, I do stretch. Yeah, it helps a little bit, Donna. Hi, Shady Lady. How are ya? Drugs do not help. They just cover the pain. Yeah, well, better cover it than have nothing at all. I have naproxen 500 milligram prescribed that helps take some of the inflammation and stuff away. But I also was diagnosed with fibromyalgia when I was in 2015, a few years ago, mid-30s. I do pray about it every day. I get help from God to take away the pain. I'm sure it would just be all the more unimaginably hard if I didn't pray. But every single day, that is the first thing I do when I get up, and it's almost the first thing that I ask for. Hello, Scott. You take that every day, and you have fibro too. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to have to live on 2,000 milligrams of naproxen every day just because of the inflammation, though, An MRI proved to show the bulging discs all through my neck and back. So the tension isn't going away. It's a mindset to pray every day. Yeah, I don't want to have to take the 2,000 milligrams just to have to get by. I don't want to have to take, all the CBD and everything I have to take at my age. I'm still young. I shouldn't have to take all this crap just to feel all right and get through the day. That's bunk. I don't know if I necessarily have like a one favorite time in my life, to be honest. Sorry. I've had a lot more pain than I have had good, so it's really hard to think about where that good came. There's very few good. It's like, I don't know. CBD works, but I don't want to have to take the CBD and the naproxen and, my meds on top of all that just to get by. Like I'm too young to have to take all these pills and crap just to get by. That's my point. Hello, Reason Nikki. Yeah, they cause other issues later. You're dependent on it, So Yeah, no, girl. They're certainly not going to offer to pay for the surgery. No. Hello, Hamdal Lilley. Thank you for your sympathy and empathy. I do appreciate the support. It is completely freaking exhausting to have to be in this much pain all the time. Josh said he quit praying, takes a more Buddhist approach to the pain. No, I don't have any Buddhist beliefs. I don't have anything against anybody else who wants to have that belief, but I already have my own belief system, and that's the Lord Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit and God the Savior. So sorry, I guess we'll just have to agree to disagree. It's not even an alley that I want to explore because I have no interest in changing my physical beliefs. I know what has been there for me and what hasn't been there for me, and it certainly was never a Buddha thing that was ever there for me. So no, I would never lay my problems out for that. I trust in my God, and I'll be all right. I'll be fine. He'll help me get by. He doesn't give me anything I can't handle, right? So I just need to continue asking for strength in order to deal with it. So thank you, Yolanda. Yeah, you can have your belief, Josh. I have mine. It's, I'm not here to push my thoughts and my religious beliefs and my practices onto y'all, but y'all listen. And when I tell you, like, I am praying every day, it's for me. Like, I just share that with you guys. That reminds me, I wanted to share with you guys the personal part of my life, because so many of my viewers are in the United States of America. I have been following the church called Saddleback Church, and it's in California. Well, they have different locations all over now, but different campuses and stuff like that. But here in Canada, the church I go, Church of the Rock, is very much connected to the Saddleback Church. So if any of you guys are interested in hearing about what I believe in or what I think or whatever, to take a listen to the Saddleback Church, Pastor Rick Warren. He's really awesome. And he's right there in the US for you guys. So, and like I said, there's campuses all over. So, if you are interested, I mean, I am inspired all the time by hearing, different sermons and talk about different, trials and tribulations, right? And I mean, life ain't easy, right? So getting that support, for me in that way is really constructive, Social butterfly, hello. I'm absolutely a logical person. That's funny that you should say that because I'm absolutely an emotional person. And I have not always been this logical. I've learned, I've grown, But for real, thank you for becoming a fan. That's awesome. Yeah, we're all a little bit different. I found God when I was 7 years old at, Bible camp, and like I invited that God, Jesus Christ, into my life at that age, and I've just never fallen. I have fallen away from him, but I've never lost that altogether. I thought I had already fanned you before. I guess not. Unless it's some kind of glitch or something, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh. God is great. Yeah, he does help me with my pain. I can't imagine how much worse it would be if I didn't have God in my life. I think it would just be so much harder. I'm more of a hip hop kind of girl, Linda. So I listen to hip hop Jesus music, hip hop rappers and stuff, but they have a Christian message to it, No, I don't believe that for even a second, mister. Sorry. Pastor Rick Warren is definitely not Mason. And you know what? Who is it for any of us to judge him, even if he is? Isn't he going to have to be held accountable and responsible to God as well as each and every one of us? So sitting around going, oh, well, he's that. Oh, well, she's that. you know, she's a Jezebel or he's a this, you know, everybody's got mistakes. Everybody's going to be held accountable. So who cares even if he is a Mason? Who cares even if he is the highest of the highest, right? I believe his messages have nothing to do with that, but that's me, you know, and that's my perception of him and listening to what he has to say. And in no way have I ever thought that he was some kind of evil, malicious, underlying whatever. That, and you know what? Like I said, why is it any of our job to judge? You know, he's going to have to be held accountable just like us. So we might as well just take out all the good pieces of, you know, bits of life and all over here, there, and everywhere, instead of pointing out other people's mistakes. Because I believe that when you start doing that, there's three fingers that are pointing back at you. I strongly believe that. Oh, that's your music at your church? The rock and roll stuff's not bad. Not bad at all. But my go-to, what gets me moving and grooving, that's my hip hop all the way. All the way. Sophiane, I'm not going to be touching on that subject. It's too personal. Sorry. Tech 9. Hello, Chatty. I love hip hop. I don't know. There's just something about it. It's always just run through my blood like it's second nature. Chatty from Morocco. I'm Sherry from Canada. Welcome. Yeah, no one can serve two gods at the same time. Whether you're serving the evil god and the good god, whatever, you can't serve both. You're going to have to eventually pick one. But again, that is nobody on earth's job to judge another individual person. Unless you've done something illegal that warrants you having a 12-panel judge of your peers, that's the only time that it is okay to judge. Because you're being asked to, you know, like on the court of law and stuff, like, but whatever, you know, I honestly disagree with any kind of judgment. I don't think it's anybody's place at all, ever. Sorry, but that's just the way I see it. And as soon as I hear it, I'm just like turned off. Like, who do you think you are judging somebody else? Like, who are you? You're going to be held accountable too. Right? So I just have no interest in taking that upon myself. Nice to meet you too, Chad. Yeah, I'm just like 1,000,000% on that. You know, it's nobody's place to judge another person, but people take it upon themselves to do that all the time. And if they think that they're not going to be held responsible for that, or if they're perhaps malicious and trying to destroy another individual, their reputation or whatever, if you think that that's not going to be, you know, put in front of your face one day to make you be held accountable, you're wrong. Like, it's going to happen. And then it's going to be too late. You're going to be like, oh, I remember hearing about this, and it's going to be gone. Time and place is gone for you to have confessed your sin or whatever the heck you believe, right? I believe that confessing it takes the sin away, but honestly, again, Mr. Yeshua, like, I don't really care who is doing what with their life. I really don't care, because it's not my place to judge. I don't care what people are doing. That's between you and God. It has nothing to do with me. I mean, we may bring stories, true stories up front to the front line to talk about it and stuff together. But definitely, disagree with any judgment. Hello, sporty boy. By the way, the Bible does not say when we are required to. We know that the Freemason wolves have, no, the Bible doesn't say anything like that. And I've read the book from cover to cover. Like, I'm on my 4th, 5th time right now. So no, you are absolutely wrong in what you're saying, mister. Bible says the righteous judges all things. The righteous one is only God. So yeah, the righteous one, God, is going to be judging everything. You're reading it wrong. I don't know why you think that that you or I or anybody else is more righteous to be judging another person. You missed it, in my opinion. The righteous one that is judgething all is God. It's not us. We have all fallen short of the glory of the grace of God. Nobody is perfect. Like, let the one person who's perfect cast the first stone. I doubt anybody's going to throw one. So I'm going to have to agree to disagree with you, Mr. Yeshua here. Like, I don't think that it's reading the way you're seeing it. Thank you, Josh Monster. Thank you, Sporty Boy. You're so awesome. Yeah, I don't mind standing my ground and talking, my belief, because my belief is so strong. Nobody's ever going to change my mind about that. God is consistently the only thing that's been there for me throughout all my trials and tribulations. And there have been some miracles in my life that I can actually attest to. So nobody's going to freaking tell me that God's not real, or, that I'm better and I have the power to judge another individual. I don't think so. You taking that all up on yourself at that point, in my opinion. No one else has that job. You're completely right, Linda. Red letter Bibles, right? Yes, I know what you mean, Mr. Hassan. I know what you mean. That's more the actual words of God. Yes. But, to each their own. Everybody has different belief systems and stuff. And I'm not here to discredit or, on account yours, but I'm definitely not going to let anybody tell me mine is wrong. And I really don't think that Pastor Rick Warren has any of what you're saying. I think you're very wrong about that. Dude, I'm telling you, Mr. Yeshua, you're reading it wrong and you're taking parts of it upon yourself when it's not referencing for you to do that. It's referencing what he does for people. So you're reading that incorrectly is what I'm trying to say. Yes, Eduardo da Silva. Until next time. The message is very clear that it's God's, doing that. It's him that's going to be holding everybody accountable. It's nobody else. So, hello, Mikwar, Ian McIntosh, Josh Monster. Amen. Hallelujah. No, I'm not accepting the guest. The last time I did that, you were talking with everybody. We can't have that right now. This is my show, not yours. Thank you very much. Reading it differently, I don't know. I'm going to have to disagree with you now, Chica, because, I don't think for a second that the word of God is supposed to be us giving it. I don't think for 1 second it's referencing us having that kind of power. I think that's only his job. And there is there is a wrong way to read the Bible. Yes. And if you're just going to take away the negative and see yourself as a higher up and higher power than other human beings, I'm telling you, you're going down the wrong road mentally, and it will probably lead to some type of destruction that, might be to your dismay, right? So be careful. Hashtag advice. I don't have a great singing voice. You're funny. No, I honestly do not believe that Rick Warren has anything to do with the Masonry or an Illuminati or whatever. He actually lost one of his children to suicide, sadly, and watching him go through that experience with his wife, knowing that they were just helpless. Their son was just depressed, and that depression devil got a hold of him and would not let go. And he ended up taking his own life, sadly. And I got to tell you, like that, like just brought tears to my eyes watching them be strong for each other and continue to put forth sermons of positive messages despite going through something so tragic. Who wouldn't want to be mad at God, right? Like, why would you take my son? You know, why wouldn't you release him when we're trying to do the good works of the Lord and bring people to you? Why couldn't you just save my son, right? It's so easy to go down that path, yet they recognized that they were just completely powerless and that it was God's will what was going to happen. And they didn't have a choice in it. They just had to choose to be strong with each other to get through it. And I mean, it was absolutely inspiring to see their strength and continue the sermons despite the tragedy that they were living through. So I don't for one second believe. I believe that perhaps that is some crazy ass rumor, but you're going to believe whatever you want to believe, Mr. Yeshua. So if you want to believe that, then I guess it's going to be true in your mind. That's your perception of it. And you seem as though you're not really even wanting to change your perception or hear of a different perception. You're like, no, it's masonry. Look it up, please research. Like, no, like if you can't spend time with an individual online and think, like, get a feel for them yourself, that you don't know what's true or who's written what about the other person. How are you even verifying the information that you're reading online is actually fact and not fiction and some, conspiracy to take him down? The devil's at work every damn day, every day. So nobody is free from it, Mashallah, what? But yeah, everybody's got their own thing, I guess. And this one is my thing. I don't think that Pastor Rick Warren could be serving two gods like that. I don't see it as even possible. Sorry. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't think for a second that he's like Mason stuff, though. I don't agree. So we will just have to agree to disagree. I have often thought of suicide as sometimes it's better than living with my complicated grief, but I'm fighting it and it's draining without medication. Shady lady, I would definitely go see your doctor if those are the kind of thoughts that you're having. You don't want to play with that. There are medications that you can take to help you with that. I don't know what your belief system is, but I have not had any issues with that type of thing. But I believe that I'm protected by my God, by Jesus. I don't know what you believe in, but power of prayer and just asking in Jesus's name, may it be so, has an incredible amount of power behind it. So, and I know that from experience. So, my pastor, Pastor Mark in Winnipeg, he is an ex-alcoholic and he dabbled in drugs. He basically lived on the other side of life kind of thing before coming completely over to God and doing what his calling was kind of thing. So, but I very much enjoy those realist type of pastors because I feel like they've been there and they are consciously making a choice, like I do. You have to consciously make a choice to choose to do good or do what is right, right? So Yeah, we probably do have the same kind of church. If it's anything like Saddleback, which is like Church of the Rock, absolutely. I love those realist type of pastors that have been there and they are literally, speaking from experience. They're not reading it out of a book. And you can tell the difference between someone who's trying to fake having been on the streets or gone through abuse or whatever, the things that we deal with in this harsh world. You can really tell when a pastor's been there compared to one that's just maybe reading out of the biblical book. I don't connect as much with those ones as I do with the realist pastor. For me, it just makes sense like that. I don't know. Nabil Salil, please talk us about you. I'm new here. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining. Hello, Tim T. Thank you, Josh Monster. What's up, Tim Tucker? Amjad, welcome. Thank you for all the thumbs up. You guys are great. Seriously. Thank you for the compliment too. That's funny. Yeah, I need the realism too. I can't relate to the thou shalt thy thee. No thanks. Like, just talk to me, level-headedly and about real issues. Like, and some pastors are really good at that. Hey, Lou, 97, welcome. It feels like talking, not forcing. Absolutely. It's just more a reality. And it also shows us that, they too have dealt with the exact same world that we have dealt with, Thank you for the compliment, Lou. Thank you for the compliment. You're sweet. Hello, Ramzia. So, yeah, it's teaching and not necessarily preaching, or it's preaching their own experiences. And I mean, you're inspired when you hear it. So, yeah, pretty amazing in my opinion. And I enjoy the realist type pastor. Thank you for becoming a fan. You're so awesome. I appreciate all the thumbs up. I appreciate all the support online that I get from the ones that love me here. You guys rock. You guys are amazing. I love that we have a non-judgmental, non-bullying type platform where somebody who is a Buddhist can come in and mention their comment without being attacked. Where I can express exactly how I feel and what I believe in, and nobody's going to jump on me. I think that having just a basic level of respect for each other, is really not that hard, right? It's really not that hard to do. You're welcome, Josh. And I think like the more of us that do this to, allowing all these other nationalities and races and histories and ethnicities and everything that we embrace the diversity within this channel more than we divide, right? I personally don't look at it like, oh, well, you believe that and it's not what I believe. Well, we're different then. We still bleed the same, hurt the same, pain the same, like cry the same, whatever. I believe that each individual should just have a basic line of respect for each other, but that's not how it works, right? So all we can do is be the change that we want to see, and be that what we want to act like is what we want to see other people. Treat others the way you want to be treated, right? Kind of thing. But yeah, like I love that it doesn't have to divide us because we don't believe the same things. Doesn't mean that anybody's more right or wrong than the other individual. And like it's a belief thing. So who is anybody to tell any other person what they think or believe is wrong? That's between them and God alone. And it's really not between anybody else. It's nobody else's business. A lot of people like to take it on themselves, but that's not, it shouldn't be their prerogative. And they are using their free will to take that prerogative on themselves. And you better believe that they're going to have to pay for that later. like I've always said, you might get away with it on Earth. You might fool the other humans around you, but you sure aren't fooling God, the one that's watching absolutely every single thing, knows your thought before you've thought it, knows your actions before you've done it, and in my view, sent his only son to die on the cross for our sins. So, hello, Denise. Hello. But yeah, it doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter, none of it matters. Like, I mean, it's each person has their own journey. We're all here for different reasons. And some of us are still even trying to figure that out of what the heck we are doing here, So I don't think it's anybody's place to judge another individual. And I do love that we can have everybody included. Just because you have a difference of opinion or a different belief system does not mean that you can't express yourself here and you're not going to get attacked. This is a non-bullying platform. And I'm proud of it. I really am. I'm really proud of everybody who works very hard. My mods that, monitor these comments and the negativity and take it away when we see it. It's not okay for anybody to be bullying another person, And I think we can stop it for one person at a time, man. We got this. We got this. So accountability is absolutely key, and just self-awareness, right? So I love you guys. It's been amazing hanging out, all this chitty chat. It's always a good time though. I really appreciate your diversity and your openness and your ability to come over and share your thoughts and opinions here. I sincerely do love you guys. So I thank you for watching. I thank you for all the thumbs up. If you're new, hit that subscribe button or that fan button before you leave. And I'll see you guys again every Tuesday and Saturday, 2 p.m. Central Daylight Savings Time. Everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome. All right. Stay safe out there. We'll see you guys again soon. Bye for now.